Pilates video. We are going to start down on the mat today. So if we just spin around, roll yourself down, feet flat on the wall, on the floor, hip width apart. And we're just going to start with some nice pelvic tilts. So just tilting and imprinting the spine into the mat and then lifting it back up and kind of coming to that nice neutral spine position. So just a bit of space in between your back and the mat. So just start doing that, starting to get a bit of a movement, and then I just want you to think about your feet, make sure they're hip width apart, weights nice and evenly distributed, knees are bent, and we're just kind of still going with those pelvic tilts, coming up to our ribs, making sure they aren't jutting out up into the air, so pulling them down and making that nice and smooth, and then coming out to our shoulders and just doing a couple of shoulder rolls, making sure they're nice and loose, and then just resting our arms down by our side, palms facing into the mat. And then from there we're just going to tuck our chin slightly and just lengthen through the spine. Okay, let's just do a few more of these tilts, and then on the next one come back to neutral, and then we're going to imprint fully, squeeze those glutes and roll up off the mat one vertebrae at a time. Come up to the nice smooth slope position. I want you just to press those arms into the mat. Inhale and then exhale and roll back down. Coming back to a neutral spine position. Inhale, imprint, and exhale, roll up off the mat. Good. And then from there, roll back down. Nice. Press those arms in the mat when you get to the top, and then exhale and roll down. Good. Imprint, exhale, roll up. Press those arms in, and then roll back down again. Good. Let's just do two more there, just to get us nice and warm. Press those arms, roll back down again. Good, and as you're doing that, really tilting the tailbone under, engaging those hamstrings, glutes, the core, and pressing those arms into the mat. And then exhaling, rolling back down again. Resetting, nice neutral spine, just bring those knees in towards the chest, imprint the spine again, just circle those knees, make sure everything feels okay. Reset those feet back down onto the mat, reset that nice neutral spine, and we're going to just do single leg lifts and lowers. So the movement's coming from the hip, just come up onto your toes to begin with, and then hinge from the hip, lifting that leg up off the mat, bringing it back down onto the mat, and then lifting it back up. Good. So as you're doing this, your hips and pelvis are really stable. There's no movement or wobbles going on through there. And you are thinking about your breath. So exhale to bring it up. Have a little hold moment. Inhale at the top, then exhale, bringing it back down. And as you're doing this, you're engaging that pelvic floor. So just having a squeeze of the pelvic floor to help stabilize those hips as well. Let's do two more on this leg. Good, one last one. Lift up, and then lower back down again. Change legs. So bring the foot up onto the toes just to begin with. Reset, and then exhale, lift up. Hinging at the hip, remember. So the movement isn't coming from the knee. In fact, you could imagine that your knee's being wrapped up and they can't bend at all. Good. Exhale, lift up, hold it, and then exhale, lower back down again. Just thinking about the spine, just imprinting it slightly, and that will help stabilize that pelvis for you. Good. Okay, let's do another few here. Okay, one last one. Lift it up and lower it back down again. Good. Now from here, I want you to bring both legs up into tabletop. So one leg at a time, right leg or left leg first, it doesn't matter, but engage that core. Find that neutral spine, And then I just want you to imprint slightly. Just imprint slightly. That will just protect your lower back from any pain or any discomfort. And then you're just going to toe tap. So one leg at a time. So exhale, lower that leg away. Then bring it back up and go straight into the next leg. Good. Just check your ribs haven't popped up. So pull those ribs down. Engage that core. Good. Okay, let's just do a few more. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, and one last one. 1. Good. Okay, from here we're just going to extend that leg away. So extend and then bring it back in and then go into the other leg. Good. So again, as you're doing this, you're imprinting slightly into the mat, just that lower back. You're scooping that belly down just to draw the abdominals in, and you're squeezing that pelvic floor to make sure those deep core muscles are working. We're going to go for another 4 here. So 4, 3, good. Remember to point those toes, engage all the muscles in the leg. And one last one. Good. Lower the legs back down to the mat, one at a time. And then we're going to take our hands up behind our head, interlace your fingers, and keep those elbows wide. So as you do this, I don't want you to haul your neck up off the mat. Your hands are just there just to add a bit of an extra challenge, so you even don't have to hold your head. So we're just going to curl up, keep those elbows wide, and as you do this, I really want you to scoop that belly button in towards the spine. And then you're going to come back down again. So inhale, prepare, then exhale, curl up, inhale at the top, and then exhale, lower yourself back down again. Good. Nice, so keeping those elbows nice and wide, not allowing them to curl in. Remembering to scoop that belly button in towards the spine. And you can almost imagine that you're curling yourself up around a ball. So you are trying to get a really good curve all the way up through the spine. Good. Okay, one last one. Nice. Okay, we are going to take this on a level. So if it gets too much, then you can just stick to what we were just doing. But what we're going to do, we're going to curl up. And then I want you to twist over to one side, keeping those elbows wide. Come back to center, and then twist over to the other side. Come back to center, then roll back down again. Good. Inhale, prepare. Then you want to exhale, curl yourself up, twist. Come back to center, and then twist. Good. And come back down again. Okay, this time lead to the opposite side. So come up and then twist. Come back to center and then twist again. Come back to center and roll back down. So as you're doing this, imagine you've almost got a piece of string attaching from this shoulder to your opposite knee, so left shoulder, right knee, and it's pulling you and twisting you over. Come back to center and then twist over to the other side. Good, relax back down. We're going to do one more. No, we're going to do 2 more. Curl yourself up, twist over, come back to center, and then twist over again. Come back to center, roll back down. One last time, exhale, scoop that belly, curl yourself up, twist over, come back to center, and twist over, come back to center, roll yourself back down. Good. Hug those knees in towards the chest, give the legs a circle. Okay, bring those legs back up into tabletop. From here, we're going to have our hands down by our side. Our knees are going to be above our hips. Just have a look and just check. I think that's about right. And then we are going to zip our legs together. So we're going to inhale, keeping the hips, legs all as one unit. We're going to twist over. So we're getting a nice spine twist, and then you're going to exhale and pull those legs back up. And then inhale, going over to the other side. So keeping those legs glued together and keeping the opposite shoulder glued into the mat. Exhale, pull yourself back up. Inhale, lower. And then exhale, lift yourself back up. Inhale, lower. Twist those legs over. And then exhale, bring those legs back up. Good. Okay, one last time. Nice. Okay, let's separate those legs again. Bring those legs back into tabletop. And this time we're just going to really challenge the abs. So we're going to extend those legs up, lower that leg down to the mat, and then bring it back up again. Extend that leg up, lower it down to the mat, bring it back up again. Again, so just checking in with that core, making sure it's really strong, really stable. And actually, if you find that you're not able to keep that core engaged as you do this, then just extend that leg and then bring it back in again. Don't lower the leg down, because this is really quite challenging. Good. Okay, one more on each leg. Nice. One last one. Okay. Now bring those legs back down. Have a little breather. And we're going to just go into a few classic Pilates moves. And so bring those legs back up into tabletop. Curl yourself up. Head, neck and shoulders up off the mat. We're going to extend that leg away, pulling the opposite leg in towards us. So we're going into single leg stretch, changing sides. Nice and slowly. Scooping that belly button in towards the spine. Pointing those toes and lengthening those legs. Engaging all the muscles. And just being aware of what your upper body's doing. So keeping the chest open. And also not allowing your chest to twist from side to side as you swap legs. So keeping it really strong, really stable. We're going to do another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring those knees in, roll yourself down, and just do a few leg circles. Bring those legs back up into tabletop. We're going to go into the Pilates 100, so curl your head, your neck and shoulders up off the mat. And then we're going to start pulsing those arms, scooping that belly button in towards the spine. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you feel strong enough, straighten one leg out, keeping that core nice and strong. Bring it back in, and then straighten the other leg out. Bring it back in, straighten the other one. Bring it back in, and then the other one. Okay, last time, if you really want to challenge yourself, straighten both legs out. Draw that belly button in towards the spine. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And curl those knees in, relax down, have a little breather. Nice. And then from there, you're going to place your hands behind your thighs. Curl yourself up into a nice seated position. I'm going to spin around so you can see me. We're going to take our legs out into a nice frog position, sit up nice and tall, open up that chest, have a big inhale, and then you're going to exhale, reach those arms forward. Inhale, sit back up again, good. Exhale, reach those arms forward. Really drawing that belly button in towards the spine, getting a nice stretch through the spine. Inhale, upright. Exhale, come forwards. Keeping those hips nice and still, so the curl isn't going through there, it's all going up through the rest of the spine. Chin to chest if you can. Inhale, and one last time. Exhale. Good. And then, nice. Okay, from here we're going to go palms together. And we're going to exhale. Twist round. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist round. Inhale, come back. Exhale. Good. Come back. And exhale. Nice. Come back. One more on each side. Exhale. Try and twist a little bit further, keeping it just this upper body that's twisting. Your hips are nice and still and rooted into the ground. And then exhale round. Good. Trying not to let this shoulder creep forward, keeping it all as one upper body movement. Come back to center. Good. From here, we're going to lie on our sides. Come down. Arm out in front. Hips are going to be stacked and one on top of each other, on top of one another. And then hands just going to be in front of you. Fingers facing towards your other hand. Just to help with your balance. So hips stacked on top of one another, lifting up through this waist. And to begin with, we're just going to lift and lower that leg. Pointing as we lift, flexing the foot as we lower. Excuse my croaky toe. And just really engaging all those muscles. Good. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's do another 2 here. 1 and 2. Good. Bring that leg back down in line with those hips. Bring that bottom leg up to join it. Lower it back down. Try not to let it touch the mat, or if it does, quickly lift it back up off the mat so you're not really allowing that bottom leg to rest. Good. Not forgetting to keep lifting the waist up off the mat. Check to see your hips are still stacked on top of one another. And we're going to go for another 3, 2, one last one. 1. Okay, so gluing those legs together, zipping them together. We're going to exhale and lift both legs at the same time, really working it up through that waist. Exhale, lift up, inhale, lower back down again. Good. Nice. Okay, let's do another couple. Pointing those toes, trying to make the body as long as possible. One last time. Really lift up through the waist, hold it there for a moment, and then bring it back down again. From there, we're going to bring our knees up into a nice bent position. So knees in line with hips, feet in line with knees, and we're just going to open and close. So as we do this, we want to keep those hips stacked. So I don't really want you opening up the whole of your hips. So keep those hips stacked, open and close, really working the bum, the glutes. Good. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower, but without dropping the leg back down. So make sure it's nice and controlled. Point those toes if you can. We're going to do another 4, 3, 2, 1 last one, all the way up, lower it back down. Okay, bring knee to knee and then toe to toe. Knee to knee, toe to toe. Knee to knee, toe to toe. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from here we're going to straighten out that bottom leg, and we're going to straighten out the top leg. And what we're going to do, keeping those hips stacked, we're going to bring the leg forward, tap the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the leg back, swing it back, nice controlled, hips stacked. Bring the leg forward, tap the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the leg back, and one last time. Good, bring the leg back. Nice. Okay, from here, you're going to bring that top leg up. You're going to bring the hands together in front of you, and then you're just going to twist, open, and open up that chest. Try and keep that knee down on the mat. You should get a nice stretch up through the side of the leg. Good. Nice, bring those arms back together, and then exhale. Try and twist a little bit further. Good. And then bring those arms back together again. Okay, from here you're going to sit up and we're going to spin around, change sides. And lengthen those legs up. And rest your arm on your arm on your head on your arm. Rest that hand in front of you. Hips are stacked, feet are stacked. And then you're going to lift and lower. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Good. And 2 more. 1 and 2. Bring that leg back down in line with that top hip, and then lift that bottom leg to join it. Again, trying to not let the bottom leg rest on the mat. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. And we're going to go another 4, 3. Keeping that waist up off the lifted up off the mat. One last one. Lower the legs down and zip those legs together. Exhale, lift up. Good. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift those legs up together. Inhale, lower. Nice. Okay, 2 more here. 1 last one. Lift up and just hold it there for a moment longer, and then lower back down again. Bring those legs up in front. Okay, hips are nice and stacked, and we're going to open and close that leg, remembering to keep those hips stacked, lifting the waist up off the mat, pointing those toes, exhaling to lift, inhale to lower. Good. One last one. Okay, and lower that down, and then we're going to go knee to knee and toe to toe. Knee to knee, toe to toe. So again, trying to keep those hips nice and stacked the whole way through, lifting up the waist and getting a nice bit of rotation through the hip. Okay, let's go for another 2. And one last one. 1. Good. Straighten those legs out. Restack those hips. Lift the waist up off the mat. Lift that leg. Bring it forward. Tap on the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Take the leg back. Again, keep those hips stacked. Bring that leg forward. Tap on the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg back. One last time. Bring that leg forward. Tap. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Take that leg back. Whew. And then from there, lift that top leg. Bring those arms out in front. Make sure you've got space behind you. Exhale and twist open the chest. Inhale, come back. And then exhale. Good. Hold that there for a few minutes longer. Good. Bring those hands back together. And then straighten up those legs. Okay, so we're going to come onto the mat. We are going to have our hands down by the side, forehead on the mat. Inhale, prepare, then exhale. Extend up through the spine, squeezing those elbows into the waist, and then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, drawing the belly up to the spine, extending through the neck, pressing the hands into the thighs. Inhale, lower back down. Good. Inhale back. Slide those hands down your thighs. One last time. Good. Inhale, bow back down again. From here, bring those arms up and tuck the elbows in. And we're going to exhale, come up and then extend those arms away. Bring those arms back, lower back down again. Good. And then exhale. Extend those arms, drawing the belly button towards the spine, coming back down again. Nice. One last one. Good. And then relax back down. Nice. Okay, from here, push yourself up. We're going to have our hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. We're going to tuck our tailbone under, squeeze those glutes, and then curve all the way up through the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, come back to a nice flat back. Exhale. Curl up. Inhale, come back down. One last time. Come back to a nice flat back. And then just come back to a nice finished position. And that's us done. That's this week's Pilates class. I hope you really enjoyed it. Please let me know if you do. Please let me know if there's anything you want me to do in a class or anything that you don't particularly like, and I will try and adjust it or include it in the next one I do. I hope you're all well, and I hope you're enjoying this gorgeous weather, and see you soon.